Greetings and welcome back to Hydroneer. Alright, today I want to get into compression, because that's probably where the real money is, isn't it? I mean, not these little shards of whatever these things are down here. We want big gems. That way we can put them on really good, dense gold jewelry and sell them for lots and lots of money. And this is what this is all about. It's all about the money. All right, in our last episode, we expanded a bit. We put some conveyors in the middle here, and we cleaned up the process. Now, it's not quite there yet, but we're going to get it there, hopefully today. At the moment, it's not quite working because I took some stuff out in preparations for what we're going to be doing. Now, we did have a problem in the last episode, and it was this ram drill right here. Or actually, I think it was this one because I picked it up and carried it over here. Now, I put the rails in. I didn't have that rail in. It was sitting over here. I just bought 3. I wanted to use them, and now they're kind of an aesthetic. It did kind of work. The ram drill wasn't throwing it off to the side anymore. It was going straight, but the occasional dirt chunk would get stuck there, and then another. And you know, it wasn't growing, it was actually keeping the individual chunks. I actually pulled 4 off at one time, and I'm going, okay, that's it, that's a problem. So I just basically got another conveyor, picked it up, carried it over here, and it all works fine. And like I said, basically this is just kind of an aesthetic. It just kind of looks good. It doesn't really need it, but it just kind of looks good. Speaking of looking good, yes, I turned off the keeping the dirt chunks because I just don't need them anymore. I never really needed them because there's plenty of dirt down there. Plenty of dirt. That's something we have a lot of. Dirt. Look at all the dirt. All right, so what I want to do now is I kind of want to complete what we're working on here in terms of automation. So the Cloudium. Here is my Cloudium. This is all of my Cloudium. So clearly, a smelter is the way to go for collecting the Cloudium. By the way, this stuff is actually fairly valuable. You notice it's less than 20 weight, but it's nearly 800. So, I mean, that's better than the gold here, right? Hold it a minute here. I mean, that one is 722, but it's 36. The thing about it is, I don't know what it's actually used for. So I'm just going to collect it. You know, if I have to like saw it or something like that to make it smaller, that's fine. At the moment, I just want to collect it. When I find out what it's made for, that's fine. But I have a feeling if it does have a purpose and we can smelt it, we're probably supposed to smelt it, right? And after all, we can always chuck it back in there and melt it again if there's a problem, right? Okay, so what we want to do is this. For the Cloudium, which is going to be coming through here, I might as well just change this right now. Boom, boom, like that. We're going to get a smelter. We're going to get a smelter to capture that. Then I want to get another sorter over here. Although I think it's actually a splitter. I don't care. I call it a sorter. And we're going to put it right here. And hopefully the compressor we buy is going to be able to take it automatically. You know, in other words, we're going to be able to feed it automatically. Now, I'm going to need some extra pipes, though. Basically, I think the elbows, because I only have 2 elbows, and I might need more. It really depends on the way it works, doesn't it? So I think once we get that going, and once we're capturing everything automatically, then we can start adding to this. Now, if the harvester falls behind, I have an idea. And that is one of these guys right here. What we can do is put one here and put a nice little shard brick in there just to make sure that it's getting 100%, right? But that's only if it falls behind. At the moment, 3, it's got no problem. But if we add 2 more and it's 5, might be a problem. Then we can just make sure it's getting maximum power at that point. Speaking of maximum power, I did actually boost the throughput because I put that in there. The thing is, I don't see any of the shards that I did. I wonder if they get used up over time. In which case, I kind of need to boost this a little bit more. All right, we'll do that and watch it at the same time. I think I only have 3 of those left, so I should probably buy another one as well, Probably just a good idea to have them around. That way I don't have to turn the whole thing off to run over to town to get more. I mean, I could just take this here, this one here. I mean, look at that. That's a little one right there, right? I mean, they get to a point where you can't tell how big they are, but if they're like that, clearly that's a little one, right? All right, why don't we just put you way down here, open that up, and we'll just drop that in there like that, and boom, like that. Okay, so let's go to town and buy some stuff. I need a smelter. I need a sorter. I need the compressor. And I think I just need elbows at that point. I actually put a lot of blocks down here, the little blocks. I still have more over here, so I don't think I need any of them. Do I want to get the saw? At this point, I don't think I need the saw. You know, to cut these in half or something like that. May not be a bad idea, though. You know what? I should probably get it because I'm going to need it anyway. All right, let's get to town and do some purchasing. Now, I did take 3 blocks of iron and make another sword, and it sold for like a little bit less than 3,000. I just wanted to clean up the area. I'm not going to do that with gold until we get big gems, you know, big gems. But I wanted the iron out of the way. I also wanted to have 2 stacks of money, 1 in each location, although I think we're probably going to have to do something about that. Because I have... This is what's left of what I got for the sword. I only bought blocks for it. All right, because I think I may not have enough money for what I want to buy. Like, for instance, the compressor. Huh? Okay, yeah. You know, if you're going to make a platform like that, make sure the area is clear around it, because that's a little irritating. Yeah, I don't think I can buy both of these. Huh? Put it down. Put it down. There we go. Yeah, I mean, already I can't do that. All right, so you know what? Why don't we do this first? All right, I need this. I don't think I need anything else here right now. So we'll just buy that. And we'll throw this in the back. What I want to do is I don't want anything coming out anymore. I want everything sorted into its location. So that means everything is going to be handled. Nothing is coming out through the other side, right? Unless, of course, they add something to the game, in which case we'll probably have another little indicator there. We'll see how that works out. All right, I need to take this with me. I would rather not merge them, though. So this is what I'm going to do. Pick that up, put that over here. Pick that up and put that over here. All right, and I wanted elbows. Elbows, more elbows. Elbows. I'll get 4. I'll get 4 elbows, right? All right. Was there anything big I wanted? Except I wanted one of these, the tool bag. Okay, I'm getting trapped up there. All right. Was there any? Oh, I wanted the saw. Right. We'll throw the saw in there too, in case I want to cut one of the shard bricks apart, right? Is there anything else that I want to... I was thinking of one of these maybe for the harvester, but, you know, that's only if there's really a problem, right? See, you got the bag up here. You can also buy the individual spanners, but why would you do that? Look, the individual spanner there, 1 use, right? It's 53. But if you buy 5, it's 220. That sounds like a deal to me, just saying. All right, let's see. I think that's everything. I mean, at the moment, I don't have any mess, so I don't really need the magnets. I think they're just something cool, but at the moment, I just don't need them, you know? I think that's it, so why don't we just do clink, and I'm going to put this back over here. Because I like it the most. Like I said, generally speaking, unless I'm making big purchases, I'd rather just have 2 different piles of stuff. And where is this one? We can put you back in there. Okay, so I need to move all this stuff over to the beach. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to load this up. I'm going to move it over there when we are at the beach. And probably I'll just forward fast to the morning too, just so we have as much light as possible. We will be back. So let's get to work. All right, the first thing I want to do is the easiest is let's put the smelter in. I mean, that should just work right off, right? All right, hold a second, get it in there, rotate like that so the spout is facing us. All right, that should be the cloudium done. All right, so where is, we need another one of these. Let's put it there so we can see the dial easily. That way. All right, I think I turned the water off for this one. So I'm going to turn the water back on. All right, so this one here is going to be gems, right? So we have gold, we have iron, we have the shards, we have the cloudium, and then we have the gems. Now, let's take a look at this. This requires water, by the way, to function. So, let's see. Hold on a second. I mean, it's plugged in, but I don't think that's going to work because I think the bar is in the way. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold it a minute. Let me just get that up there. Hold it a minute. You know, I think it would bust our chops over the over this thing because it would probably be in the hitbox, and I don't think it would. The best case scenario would be ricocheting off of that. So I think we're going to have the piping go around it. All right, let's see. All right, up. Like that. Take the piping and wrap it around there. But that would leave the switch for us right here. Oh, and I have to put a cork in for that. Because I do want the water going through. Hold it a minute. Okay, rotate, rotate, rotate. Boom, done. There we go. All right, and let's put this guy back in here. Up and rotate. Oh, yeah, right there. All right, so let's get some of those elbows that I just bought. All right. Rotate that way. And wait a second, this way, because this thing does require water to function. All right, and straight. All right, I think that probably will work, but you know what I really should have done before I did this? I should have dumped this in. All right, hold on a minute. I might as well just do that. Yeah, I wish you could just buy like a thing that'll give you a dozen of these and then it'll just explode when you open it up or something like that. Because buying them is really annoying because only 4 will fit nicely on the platform because they won't go inside of each other. So basically I'm buying 4 at a time and it is a little on the annoying side, like I said. All right, can I just... Okay, they all fit in really nicely there, didn't they? Okay, that's good. All right, so if the water was going, I should be able to compress them. As I understand, what happens is that all of the rubies will form one big ruby. All of the sapphires and the emeralds. And some of my viewers have said that I actually have onyx in there. So I guess we're going to find out when we do the compression whether or not there's onyx in there or not, right? All right, are we ready? Is everything ready? It looks like everything is ready. So let's turn it on. All right, so boom. Okay, how is things go? Is there any water here that I didn't... Okay, that's not working. Now it's working. And there's no leakages. Okay, let's turn on these guys here. All right, now the question is, are the gems going to go in there nicely? And I'm keeping my eyes on the cloudium too. Okay, gem. Okay, that went in nice. That one did too. Wow, we're getting a lot of gems for some reason. Okay, we could be watching all day for cloudium. Because, yeah, that doesn't come out very often, does it? Okay, there's a shard in there. Okay, I see a gem. I'm pretty sure that I just saw a gem. I guess I was wrong. It looked like it was a gold, I guess. How are we doing over here? No problems. Okay, and... I mean, they do seem to be going in okay. I mean, it's not even really like just making it. It just goes right in perfectly there. Alright, you know, I should hammer these into place. Because clearly, I'm going to be leaving them there. Take that. And... okay, does that one... that went into place, right? I might as well do the pipes too for now, because... like that. Alright, let's put this back. How are things going? Alright, now there shouldn't be any more clumps of dirt around here, because I did get rid of them. So if there are any, it means the automation would be creating them now. So we would see that there was a problem, but I don't see any. You know, I can actually put the other one in here too. I mean, why don't we dump this in there too? But you know what? I don't want to do that while it's actually feeding. When I turn it off, when I turn the drills off, because I don't want to do the compression now, because you know what might happen? A gem might come along in the meantime and ricochet because it's closed. You know what I mean? Yeah, it can handle 3 of these easily, but if I add 2 more or 3 more, which isn't a bad idea for the next episode, by the way, will it be able to handle it then? Now, here's the thing. What happened? Didn't we put a little one in there? Oh no, we put it over here. Okay, so right now you see the water pressure there? There's the water pressure. Let's get one of these. And I think what I want to do is I want to cut one of these in half. Hold on a second. How does this work? That's how it works. Alright. Alright, I'm watching. When I open this up, it's going to stop. Alright, let's look at what we got right now. We got that. Alright, so open that up. It's going to stop. Close that up. And you see, it increased over there. Okay, what happened here? I think that's because of what I just did. I probably should have shut the system down nicely before doing that. Yeah, I think I kind of messed up the system there. All right, tell you what, why don't we just close this down and we'll let the water flow, because that's really what we're looking for here, right? All right, let's clean itself out. Let's grab the other one of these. All right, once again, that's about 230, right? About 230. All right, we put one there. Let's put one here. All right. Okay, you see now it's a bit past 3 o'clock. So if we put bigger ones, it might have helped it out. All right, so let's do the compression over here, right? Yeah, you know what? Let me just dump the other ones in there too, because there's just no purpose in keeping them separate, right? All right. And boom, down. Okay, so let's compress. Hello? Hello? There we go. Ooh. Ooh. That, oh, and there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Just like my viewer said, I did get some onyx. Here's a question. How valuable is it? Let's take this big old sapphire over here. Oh, well, is that going to stay there? Hold on a minute. Answer, no. Okay, I can't even look down in time. Okay, that was 661, but I wasn't getting the weight down. 33. It was 661 in value, but it was a 33 weight. All right, how much is this one? All right, and... Okay, that is a 500. Hold on a second. If they would just stay there, that would be nice. Ugh. Come on, come on. Wow, that's 500 and it's 2.5 weight. Okay, well, we want that one to build up someday to have the biggest necklace of all time. But there's a question now. Which, oh, you know what? I should turn this off because this thing is going to start messing up now. All right, so if we leave them there, which I do intend to do, by the way, what's going to happen is when you get charged for like the emerald, it'll just add to that one and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm just going to leave the onyx there. I may use the other ones, you know, kind of like I'm going to do right now because I want to make the big necklace. We'll see what the big necklace is going to be. I think these were my biggies over here. Hold on a minute. All right, that one is 88 in weight. And I think the other one's only like in the 50s because... Right, that one is 53, because the other one... Oh, you know what? Why don't we check this? Because, you know, that was running for a while, right? Okay, 35. Not too long, though, right? Okay, so we'll put that down. This one over here is 48. It's a bit lighter than the other one. And this one, I think, is probably a runt. 36. Kind of a runt. Kind of a runt. All right, so these are the ones I want to make a necklace out of. All right, and where's the other one? Where's the other one? All right, and down. All right, so let them heat up. All right, I'll make something out of these in time. Maybe I'll throw them all back in or something like that and let them molt. I should do this too. How much is this one? Okay, 525. All right. So if we, oh, I probably should not, yeah, this one right here. All right. So this is a shard one. This has no value, but I just want to see what the weight is. Okay, 5, around 5. All right. So I think that one is about the same. Yeah, I think that one is about the same. They have no value. They're just used for batteries. And apparently, I guess maybe they get used up over time. I mean, because my original shards all vanished. So I'm guessing that you want to keep these guys anyway in order to power your system, right? Because we did see the water pressure increased. So if I add more of the ram drills, I'm thinking I can put one of them here and going right into the harvester and then just use one of these guys here. By the way, it's getting dark and I don't like it when it's dark. Gonna let that gold cook overnight there, right? All right, so let's make a good necklace here. Right? Oh, actually, I'm gonna put that back because I didn't select what it is I wanted. And you know what? I should probably put the gem there first because this may take a while, or maybe it won't. Okay, maybe it's got like a magnet or something like that because I mean you are supposed to do that, right? All right, and okay, that fell. Don't fall, please. Up and down. And where is my hammer? Because it's... Okay, give me the hammer. It's hammer time! All right, boom. Okay, so let's see what this is worth. The sword was 4,200, but then again, we did have 3 big ingots of... iron there. One of the ingots was so big that it was worth over 1,000 just by itself. I'm guessing about 5,000 or 6,000 for this. That would be my guess. We'll have to see. You'll have to make your own guess as we run it back. Okay, so our system is basically automated. It's going to collect the shards of the gems. We still have to pull the switch though. But I mean, it's going to store a lot of them in that container there, right? And besides, I'm just going to leave the big ones there so that we can just make them bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm just not going to do ruby for a while because we just did ruby now, right? I mean, we can still make a lot of money off of the iron. Besides, I mean, what do I need to buy right now? I mean, I'm going to buy a bunch more ram drills Maybe we can double our production in the next episode and then see whether or not we have to do something about the harvester. I may want to start building a home too, because why not? All right, and the answer is, okay, I said 5 or 6,000, 5213 falls into that category, doesn't it? All right, we'll grab this. I'm going to put this in the general store there. That way this has a bigger stack. Oh, a second. Boom. Okay, put that back. All right, so that one is 8,000 right there. Like, for instance, this is the housing? Yeah, this is housing. I don't know, maybe I should start buying some housing or something like that. Or maybe better vehicles. What about one of those fast carts? Maybe we could check that out or something like that. In terms of hardware, I mean, there is the Goliath drill, but I think I would probably want to make a different situation for that. Now, as I understand, the first area, the one that didn't seem to have water, actually does have water underneath. So the way I think you're supposed to do that is you tunnel down to get the water, or you go all the way down to the bottom, and that's where you put your mining facility. You make like a ramp going down, and basically you just place your thing on top of water, and anytime anybody wants water, you just use the intake in order to feed as much water as you want. Yeah, I mean, should I consider buying some of these? I mean, a lot of these look the same as the one that I have, but, like this one here is, 550, right? Seems a little bit smaller, but then these guys are all, 1420. Does that mean they move faster or something like that? I mean, I'm not really seeing anything from them because, it's not something you can pick up. So I'm not really sure. Now, this one, that's an odd guy. That's probably just for leveling the land. Only useful in a couple of different situations, I would guess. Although maybe that would dig a hole for you underground. I don't know. There's no sign to tell me what it actually does. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. So we basically are now doing something with everything that comes out of our mine now. We're smelting the cloudium, and we're now putting the gems, the shard gems, uncut ones, into a compressor so we can manually do the compression. And of course, get us a lot more money for doing things. The real money, of course, will come from letting the automation run for a long time in order to get big chunks of gold and iron. Like, I could just take those and throw them all back in there and then get something a lot bigger. Matter of fact, why don't we just see about that? You could say, well, it's not big. Okay, that's going to be an issue. All right, got to get the angle down, right? Got to get the angle down. And almost, but almost doesn't get the job done. Come on, get in there. All right, come on. There we go. Wow, that guy is full, huh? Let's see what that one gets us. All right, so this one is... Okay, that's a lot of money right there. That's like nearly 120 weight, and that alone is $23.92. So make another one of those, put a nice big compressed gem on top of it, and you're talking big money. Or we could just take that and throw that back in there. Because why not? Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I think the next step is basically to add to this line. I'm thinking, why don't we just try doubling it? Adding another 3 and seeing if the harvester can actually handle that. If it doesn't, we can buy one of these, put it over there to try to increase the flow of water, and maybe that'll speed it up to handle it. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. So we have compression. And everything is now being handled. It's a wonderful thing, automation, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.